Welcome! As we embark on this transformative journey together, let's ponder a question. How much are you worth to yourself? Now that's a heavy question, isn't it? But don't fret. This is not a test. It's a call to introspection, a call to self-discovery. Let's talk about self-love. It isn't just a buzzword or a trendy hashtag. It's a lifeline. It's the oxygen mask you're asked to put on first before helping others in a plummeting airplane. It's about saying no when your well-being is at stake, and enough when you've reached your limit. It's about setting boundaries not as walls, but as doors that open to respect, dignity, and worthiness. You see, your standards and expectations are not mere whims. They're your personal constitution, your Bill of Rights. You have the power to legislate them because you, my friend, are the president of your life. And guess what? Your worth is not up for a public vote. It's not contingent on others' opinions or approval. You are the gold standard. But here's the thing about self-love. It's not an overnight transformation. It's a journey, a process of unlearning and relearning, of breaking down walls and building bridges within yourself. It's about understanding that your worth is not a variable, it's a constant. Self-love is about challenging the narrative, questioning the status quo of your self-perception. It's about rejecting the notion that you're not enough, that you're too much, that you're just right. You see, you're not Goldilocks. You're you, and you is more than enough. So let's flip the script. Let's redefine the narrative. You're not just a character in your life story. You're the author. You hold the quill. You call the shots. You decide your worth. Remember, your happiness is an inside job, and it's high time you start clocking in. You're not just the CEO of your life. You're also the employee of the month, every month. Because at the end of the day, you're not just living a life. You're creating a masterpiece. Your masterpiece. And it all starts with self-love, with the power of you. Have you ever felt like you're faking the funk? Let's talk about why authenticity beats pretense every time. We've all heard the saying, fake it till you make it. It's been peddled as a fast track to success, a way to appear more confident or skilled than we actually are. But here's the thing about pretending. It's exhausting. It's like wearing a mask, a facade that obscures the real you, and it's time to take it off. You see, authenticity isn't just about being honest with others. It's about being honest with yourself. It's about recognizing your strengths, acknowledging your weaknesses, and owning your story. Authenticity is about embracing your unique identity and potential, instead of trying to fit into someone else's mold. But how can you step into your authentic self? It starts with self-awareness. Take a moment to look within and ask yourself, who am I when no one's watching? What are my values? What are my dreams? What makes me, me? Once you've found your answers, hold on to them. Let them guide your actions, your words, your choices. Because your words and actions are more than just expressions. They're declarations. Declarations of self-worth, self-respect, and self-belief. They're the building blocks of your future. Remember, every time you speak your truth, every time you stand up for what you believe in, every time you choose authenticity over pretense, you're carving out your path, shaping your destiny. You're telling the world, this is who I am, this is what I stand for. And guess what? That's incredibly powerful. It's empowering. Because when you're authentic, you're not just being true to yourself. You're inspiring others to do the same. You're leading by example, showing that it's okay to be different, to be unique, to be real. You're not just another face in the crowd. You're a leader, a visionary, a powerhouse of potential. So go ahead, embrace your authenticity. Because when you're real, when you're you, there's nothing you can't achieve. Growth can be scary for you and for those around you. But here's why it's absolutely essential. You see, growth isn't just about change. It's about evolution. It's about breaking free from the cocoon of comfort and spreading your wings in the vast sky of potential. Now, let's talk about fear. Fear is a funny thing. It's often not even our own fear that holds us back, but the fear of others. Those around us, those who resist change, they can become the anchors that weigh us down. They might say things like, you've changed, or you're not the person I used to know. And you know what? They're right. You're not the person you used to be. You're better, you're stronger, you're more self-aware. And that's okay. It's more than okay, in fact. It's necessary. You see, growth is about prioritizing your own evolution, your own journey over the comfort of others. It's about understanding that their fear, their resistance to your change, is a reflection of their own insecurities, not a reflection of your worth. So how do you deal with this fear, this resistance? You embrace it. You understand that it's a sign that you're on the right track, that you're pushing boundaries, that you're stepping outside of the box. You understand that their fear is not your problem. Your growth is your priority. Remember the words we talked about earlier: self-assurance, self-belief, self-confidence. These aren't just words, they're the stepping stones to your growth. They're the reminders that you are in control of your journey, that you are the captain of your ship. And what about those who resist your growth, who fear your change? Well, they have two choices. They can either join you on this journey of growth, or they can watch from the sidelines as you soar to new heights. Your growth is your priority. Don't let anyone else's fear deter you. Let's dive into some powerful words that start with self. These words are more than just vocabulary, they're tools for transformation. Have you ever thought about how potent the language we use can be? How the words we choose to define ourselves with can shape our reality? Words like self-acceptance, self-assurance, and self-awareness. These are not just words, they're mirrors reflecting our innermost selves. Self-acceptance is about embracing who you are in your entirety, the good, the bad, and everything in between. It's about recognizing your worth and giving yourself the love you give so freely to others. Next comes self-assurance. It's the confidence in your own abilities and qualities. It's the voice that says, "I can do this," even when the world seems to be saying, "You can't." It's the belief that you're capable, you're competent, and you can conquer whatever comes your way. Then we have self-awareness. It's the understanding of your own emotions, strengths, weaknesses, thoughts, and beliefs. It's the key to personal growth and effective communication. It's the first step towards changing what doesn't serve you and enhancing what does. But the list doesn't end there. There's self-belief, self-confidence, and self-consciousness. These words are your armor, your shield, your strength. They're the foundation of your personal and professional life. They're the catalysts for your growth and success. Now consider self-control. It's not about restricting yourself, but about making conscious decisions. It's about choosing what's best for you, even when it's not the easiest choice. Don't shy away from self-criticism. It's not about beating yourself up over mistakes. It's about learning from them. It's about recognizing areas for improvement and taking steps to become better. It's about growth, progress, and evolution. Avoid self-deception and self-denial. Be real with yourself. Accept your shortcomings, but also celebrate your strengths. Embrace self-determination. Don't let self-doubt creep in. Remember, you're stronger than your doubts and your fears. Your self-esteem? Let it soar. It's the recognition of your own worth and abilities. It's the respect you have for yourself, and it should never be compromised. It's time for self-help, for self-improvement. Dive deep into self-knowledge. Engage in self-reflection. Your self-talk. Make it positive. Make it empowering. Self-understanding and self-validation. They're not luxuries. They're necessities. Your self-worth? It's non-negotiable. It's the value you place on yourself, and it should never be underestimated. Remember, be selfish when it comes to protecting your peace. Self-pity? Scrap that. It has no place in your journey. Embrace these words. They're your guiding stars on this journey of self-love. They're not just words, they're a lifestyle, a mindset, a revolution. Use them, live them, and watch as they transform your world. Self-pity is a trap that's easy to fall into. But guess what? You're stronger than that. Self-pity is like a dark, consuming cloud that hovers over your mind, blocking the light of positivity and growth. It's a comfort zone, yes, but it's also a stagnation zone. It's where dreams go to wither, where potential goes to waste, where you, the incredible you, go to hide. But hiding isn't living, and you're not here to just exist. You're here to thrive. Self-pity is a cocktail of self-deception and self-denial. It's a cycle of blame and regret that keeps you stuck in the past, unable to move forward. It's a wall of negativity that prevents you from seeing your own worth and capabilities. It's a self-made prison that holds you captive, away from the life you deserve. But here's the good news. You hold the key to your freedom. You have the power to break free from the shackles of self-pity. You have the strength to rise above the cloud and let the light in. You have the courage to face your fears and conquer them. You have the will to replace self-pity with self-confidence and self-determination. Self-confidence is the belief in your abilities, your worth, and your potential. It's the fuel that drives your journey towards personal growth and success. It's the voice that tells you, I can and I will. It's the affirmation that you are enough, just as you are. Self-determination is the commitment to take control of your life. It's the resolve to set your own path and follow it, no matter the obstacles. It's the decision to be the author of your own story, not just a character in someone else's. It's the declaration that you are in charge of your destiny. So, let's banish self-pity once and for all. Let's replace it with self-confidence and self-determination. Let's embrace the power of self-love, self-respect, and self-worth. Let's acknowledge our strengths, learn from our weaknesses, and strive to be the best versions of ourselves. Self-pity? That's not in your vocabulary anymore. You're not just watching a video, you're stepping into a new realm of self-realization. This is the moment where you make a conscious choice to put yourself first. Not out of arrogance, but out of respect for your own worth. This is about recognizing your intrinsic value and refusing to settle for anything less. It's about self-love, self-respect, and self-worth. It's about understanding that loving others is a beautiful thing, but not when it comes at the expense of loving yourself. It's about knowing that it's okay to set boundaries, to have standards, to have expectations, and to respect and honor yourself above all else. This is about self-acceptance, embracing who you are in all your complexity and uniqueness. This is about self-assurance, trusting in your abilities and your judgment. This is about self-awareness, knowing yourself inside and out, your strengths and your weaknesses, your dreams and your fears. This is about self-belief, having faith in your potential and your future. This is about self-confidence, being comfortable in your own skin, unapologetically you. This is about self-consciousness, being mindful of your thoughts, your emotions, and your actions. This is about self-control, managing your impulses for your own good. This is about self-criticism, not to bring yourself down, but to foster growth and improvement. But it's also about avoiding self-deception and self-denial, being honest with yourself even when it's hard. This is about self-determination, taking charge of your life and steering it in the direction you want. This is about shaking off self-doubt and letting your self-esteem soar. This is about self-improvement, constantly striving to be better, to do better. This is about self-knowledge, understanding yourself on a deep, intimate level. This is about self-reflection, taking time to introspect and understand your experiences. This is about self-talk, being kind to yourself, encouraging yourself, believing in yourself. This is about self-understanding and self-validation, knowing that your feelings are valid, your thoughts are valid, you are valid. And remember, self-pity has no place here. You are not a victim, you are a survivor, a fighter, a champion. Your journey of self-love starts